We're back. This is DeMarco John Carl reporting for Velvet Addiction, and I'm here with the lovely dream of the year, Melyssa Ford.
Hey, we're old friends. I used to serve him drinks when I first moved to the States. I was a bartender. He was like one of my greatest customers.
So let's talk about that from bartending to now. I mean, like from Toronto. Let's just talk about Toronto. You coming from Toronto.
Shout out to the tea guy. Yeah.
You coming from Toronto, like wake up one day, I gotta go to New York.
No, it wasn't. It definitely wasn't one of those moments because my safety net was in Toronto. I just started to do videos, and then I got an opportunity to go on tour with a really big known artist at the time. And you know, I mean, I was young enough to make the mistake if that's what it was going to be. And while I was on tour, I saw too much. I experienced too much. I just realized that, damn, I've been living in a bubble in Toronto. I gotta go. So an opportunity arose for me to host an internet-based show here in New York. I was on the first thing smoking. 2 suitcases, $25, peace.
Is that true? Two suitcases?
It was actually $30, but I bought a bag of chips and a Pepsi at the airport, and it's expensive at the airport. But I had a one-way ticket.
Were you afraid?
Of what?
Of like coming to the big city because it was.
Yes, I was definitely afraid. I was like, no one's even gonna notice that I'm here. There's so many beautiful girls in the States. I'm just gonna fall underneath the radar. I'm making the biggest mistake of my life. It took about 5 minutes after landing for me to realize I was straight.
I'm good here.
I'm gonna be all right.
But like, even further than that, you told me growing up, like, you know, you didn't always look like the Melyssa Ford we know today.
Ugly duck turned into a swan, totally.
So like you actually like you want.
I was overweight. I had an afro. I couldn't dress to save my life. I was just corny, straight up and down corny, and you'll never find a picture because I burned them all.
No, come on.
Hell yeah.
Everything?
Yes. Even the fat clothes. I don't care. Yes. Sorry. Vanity would definitely be my cardinal sin.
So, I mean, did you always know, like, I want to do something, I just don't know what I want to do. I'm going to get.
No, I knew. I wanted to be Clarice Starling. I wanted to work at the behavioral science unit at Quantico, Virginia, FBI headquarters, and study high-profile sex offenders and serial killers. That's what I wanted to do. This was a little bit of a detour. Didn't plan on this happening. Like, what, 7 years ago when I'm in university, I wouldn't have thought.
So, fast forward to, you get to New York, you're bartending, you're friends with Little X, you do a couple of videos, like, you know, most notable, I know you from the Jadakiss video. I mean, that's when everybody was like, oh my God, who is this girl? Yeah. And then it just starts to snowball from there.
Yeah.
So what's next after that? You have opportunities to do different things, so what came after that?
Nothing much. Like, it was, you know, my popularity was kind of just there. It was significantly high, and I was doing magazines. Like, I was on the cover of Black men's magazines.
Every other magazine.
God, I think I've done like 6 covers for them. I was the first one that they've ever devoted an issue strictly to me. And then my relationship with Smooth. I think that the reason why I'm kind of set apart is because I understood the importance of cultivating relationships, and I didn't see why I should be limited to just my presence being with one magazine. You know what I'm saying? If Giselle Bündchen can end up on the cover of Elle and Vogue in the same month, then why can't I?
Right.
Why can't a black model do that? So using you know, my savvy and little bit of manipulation, I ended up, you know, doing magazine covers for Smooth, Black Men's, King, and everything else in between. The thing that helped, you know, get me to this status is the fact that I did cultivate the relationships with the staff at each and every magazine. They all took their turns being mad at me. Boy, really mad. But I mean, it ended up paying off very well for everybody else involved. For everybody involved, I should say.
Now, you did little acting stints in like Soul Food and like Platinum, which was a short-lived series. Yeah. I mean, that prepped you up for.
That kind of sucked because they were really getting ready to like make me like Erica Kane up in that piece. You know, sticking fingers, it pissed me off. and I was ready to just unleash on him, and then the show got canceled. I was like,
So it put you back into like, where do I go from here now?
Yeah, I mean, I guess, the calendars, I started to produce my own material and started, the creation of my brand, my name being a brand, and then BET came a-knocking. Yeah, BET came a-knocking.
That seems like an opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah, I mean, I can't front. I mean, I did my due diligence soliciting them and letting them know that I was more than just talented in the area of giving good face and nice body. I could speak and articulate myself, and that I was really interested in television broadcasting. So they were entering a new phase of changing around their programming, because BET was getting a lot of flack for just being videos and uncut.
Right.
And then on Sunday, they found Jesus, and that's all that you saw. So they were in the process of entering phase 1, where they were changing around a lot of their programming. And BET Style was created, and I was always the one in mind for it. So Stephen Hill, vice president over there, he contacted me, let me know that was what was up, and was I interested? And yes, I was interested, and so began my relationship with BET. I'm
sure you brought a lot of more eyeballs and viewers to the BET.
Yeah, it was a win-win situation for everybody involved. It definitely was. It definitely was a benefit for everybody involved, because it allowed people to see that I could walk and talk at the same time, and that, and just like expound upon, other creative aspects that I wanted to make my business. So I learned a lot about what happens behind the camera as well as in front. It was an invaluable experience. I learned a lot about the industry, and I learned a lot about television production, and I learned a lot about myself and how strong I need to be to maintain.
I go to a lot of board meetings, and I speak to a lot of executives, and a lot of executives, even record executives, when your name is mentioned, they always say stuff like, "Oh, she's just a walking cliche."
Right.
She's gorgeous, so she gets everything handed to her. I mean, now I know that angers you because of the New York Post article.
Right.
But I mean, like, what do you have to say to Nancy if you were there saying, "Well, I'm not just a walking cliche.
It really sucks that I'm so easily tossed aside as a walking cliche. She's so beautiful that she gets everything that she wants. Oh, trust and believe that is not the truth. I would be a lot further ahead if I had no problem stepping on people's necks to get to where I wanted to go. I just have a certain etiquette and work ethic in the way that I do things, and I also don't feel that I need to sacrifice myself or my value system in order to get ahead. So there's certain things I just won't do because of what the nature of what would have been involved for me to take advantage of certain opportunities. So no, I've worked extremely hard, and I don't have to go speak on panels to young people, but I do know that my presence there, will raise a few eyebrows, and people will come out to hear what I have to say, because they may feel that I'm a walking contradiction or a walking cliche, and they want to say, well, let's see if she's got anything to contribute. Let's say if she says anything that's going to possibly change my my idea of who she is and what she's about. I'm very, very easily just tossed aside as whatever, just some chick who displays her body on the cover of magazines. Well, damn it, I'm young and I work out and I'm proud of it. You know what I'm saying?
That was another thing I was saying. How do you feel about all of these beautiful pictures up on the cover and all these men thinking these naughty thoughts about you? What do you think about that?
I think it's healthy. It's true.
Everybody fantasizes in jail.
Yeah, hell yeah. I fantasize. It was not even about myself, but I mean, like, I've got a rich fantasy life as well. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, if I promote a healthy male imagination, then I haven't done anything wrong. I'm not supporting, you going out and killing anybody. I'm not supporting drug use. I'm not doing anything like that. I mean, I'm giving you something to talk to your boys about.
So you've broken up quite a few relationships, but it's okay.
You know what? A lot of women come up to me and they're like, I'm really okay with him liking you. I'm like, that's great. That's really fantastic.